Okay, I'm getting the thumbs up, so I will start with confidential item 29.1. Could I have a mover and a seconder? Moved by Councillor Locke, second by Councillor Fowler. The direction in camera regarding confidential item CCW 2023-200 dated August 8, 2023 regarding the proposed or pending acquisition or disposition of land be approved and voted upon in accordance with section 239(6)B of the Municipal Act 2001 as amended. All in favor? That is carried. I see none opposed. Okay, next I have confidential item 29.2. Could I have a mover and a seconder? Oh, my screen disappeared. Moved by Councillor Rawson, second by Councillor Dolan. I think I saw it, yes. That the direction in camera regarding confidential item CCW 2023-208 dated August 8, 2023 regarding a proposed or pending acquisition or disposition of land be approved and voted upon in accordance with section 239(2)C of the Municipal Act 2001 as amended. All in favor? That is carried as well. Seeing none opposed. Next, 29.3. Could I have a mover and seconder? Moved by alternate Councillor Jeffrey, second by Councillor Anderson. The direction in camera regarding confidential item CCW 2023-209 dated August 8, 2023 regarding a proposed or pending acquisition or disposition of land be approved and voted upon in accordance with section 239(6)B of the Municipal Act 2001 as amended. All in favor? That as well as carried. Any opposed? Seeing none. And 29.4 moved by Councillor Smith, second by Councillor Locks. The direction in camera regarding confidential item CCW 2023-211 dated August 8, 2023 regarding a proposed or pending acquisition or disposition of land be approved and voted upon in accordance with section 239(6)B of the Municipal Act 2001 as amended. All in favor? That is carried. Any opposed? Seeing none. So we've already risen. Before we go back into committee of the whole, why don't we take a short bio break, be back at 11:15. Is everybody okay with that? So we'll take a quick recess and return at 11:15. Thank you. Okay, I believe we're back now. I'm just looking for the numbers to increase on my screen as everybody comes back online. So I need you to confirm that we have a quorum.
We have a quorum.
We have a quorum, so. Okay, so with that, I have a motion that Committee of the Whole rise and report. At this time, could I get a mover? Moved by Councillor Fowler, second by Councillor Fryer. The Committee of the Whole rise and report and resume sitting as County Council at 11:15. All in favor? That is carried. Thank you. So with that, we'll confirmation of the Committee of the Whole reports, and I will start with Chair Cox. Performance management.
Sorry, my other computer just died. Sorry. Do you want to read it? Is that okay? I don't have the recommendation in front of me.
Sure. The performance management recommendations contained within Committee of the Whole report dated August 8, 2023 be approved, including the confidential items.
Mover and a seconder. I can move that, right?
Yes.
And seconded by Councillor LaRose.
Okay, we've all heard the motion.
All in
Any items to be pulled? All in favor? That is carried. Perfect. Now I'll move on to Chair Leduc for Human Services.
Thank you, Warden. So we're on to 31.2 Committee of Whole Report, Human Services dated August 8, 2023. Anybody want to pull any of these reports for comment today? We've had a discussion on some of them today. So Councillor Smith, are you fine with our comments? I know you wanted that one motion maybe to comment further on it. Okay.
No, it's fine. Thank you very much. I'll keep my comments for face-to-face. Thank you.
Okay, no problem. Thank you very much. So I see no further comments. I will move by myself, seconded by Councillor McDonald. Okay, that the Human Services recommendation contained within the Committee of Whole report dated August 8, 2023 be approved.
Okay, everybody's heard the motion. All in favor? Any opposed? That is carried. And lastly, we'll go on to corporate services, Chair Dolan.
Thank you, Your Worship. Moved by myself and seconded by Councillor Van Stavern. That corporate services recommendations contained within the Committee of the Whole report dated August the 8th, 2023, be approved, including the confidential item and with the exception of the delegated authority item.
Okay, we've all heard the motion. All in favor? Any opposed? That is carried. The delegation item, do you need somebody to pass? No, it's already done. That's right. So now we're on a consideration of bills with Councillor Norcross.
Thank you, Your Worship. Through you. Moved by myself, seconded by Councillor Burkett, that bills number 7022-23 and 7023-23 be enacted as bylaws of the County of Simcoe.
On those motions, all in favor? Oh, do I have a question, Councillor McDonald? Nope, wrong card. Okay, all in favor. That is carried. I see none opposed. Lastly, announcements and inquiries. I think it's now public. I'll put you on the spot a little bit. John Daly has announced that he will be retiring, but we still got him for another month. So I will save my comments to embarrass him on our last meeting that he's here. I want to remind all councillors that we are back in person September 12th is our next meeting of County Council, but I will see many of you, I hope, down at AMO in London in a few weeks. So if you're any other announcements, inquiries. Yes, I'm seeing a few. Councillor Fryer.
Thank you. And not to put Councillor Gordon on the spot, but I was reading last night and come across the article in our local media about the planned public meeting session they're going to hold in regards to drugs and crime in Midland. I just wondered if he'd had some comment. I was interested I was troubled by the need for it, but thinking of our own community situations, I was very interested in what I read and just wondered if Councillor Gordon could give some comment.
Councillor Gordon, I don't see you on my screen. Go ahead.
You got to swipe right to find me, I think. Yeah, thank you very much. And actually, I was going to put my card up about this. So there's two events. There's one that the county is working closely with us for as a community safety symposium to talk about broader safety net issues around homelessness, some of the crime that seems to follow them, not necessarily perpetrated by people that are homeless, but people that tend to prey on them. And there's also just general concerns around the feeling of not being safe with drug houses, or what's believed to be and truly are drug houses in our community. I think all of us share in all of our small and larger communities have pockets of our neighborhoods that are like this, that people either are renting to, people that are doing either consuming large amounts of drugs, and the police and ambulance are always there, or what's worse is that drugs and things are being sold and dealt from those homes, and the police are well aware, constantly doing warrants, and yet it doesn't stop the problem. So what's been going on is I get plenty of, as all of you do, I'm sure, complaints from people in the community about what more can we do. So the idea of hosting this little Zoom chat that I put together with our detachment commander, that for those following along, is Wednesday, August 30th from 10 until 11, and I will be recording it and uploading it to our YouTube channel for review after. The intent there is to include our bylaw, our fire partners, because the fire code and their ability to basically no warrant entries into establishments to do safety checks to make sure there's working fire alarms, and we have our buildings department team about illegal apartments and modifications that are done to residences without building permits. So we're trying to look at a holistic team approach, and the idea is to let the community call in, ask their questions, vent their frustrations with what they feel is or isn't being done well, and to aggregate all that input and then come up with some kind of plan that we can sort of a multidisciplinary approach to it. And I'm happy to share the output of that with any of my peers on county, because we're all dealing with the same problems to one degree or another in our community. There's nothing unique about Midland, but the approaches that we come up with, maybe this is something you've already done in your community. So I'd love to talk with any of you offline in advance of the meeting on the 30th to hear input, how you've been able to loop in your bylaw for property standards and your building officials and your fire and any other partners, aside from the go-to default of the police, to try and deal with these things in their community. So long and the short of it is we're not crime-ridden, overrun community. Despite a few articles that have appeared in local media that portray our main street as like East Hastings, nothing could be further from the truth, but we do have a problem in our community. It's not just optics, it is reality. And so this is something proactive I'm trying to do to engage with the community before we head into the larger symposium in October, I believe it is. Is it October or November, Mina? My goodness, I think we set the date. 1 second. I do have it on in my press release. October, yes. It's a Thursday, full day symposium. We're still working in the planning stages. I think it's this is so embarrassing, 16th or 18th.
I think we're tentatively set for the 18th.
Okay, the 18th. There we go. So yeah, we're still working on in the background planning. Actually, we have a meeting tomorrow to discuss it further. But the idea of this Zoom chat was more to directly engage with people in advance of that, so we can aggregate the common questions like why is the catch and release system of the bail system happening? What can we do about it? What more can be done? And so we're trying to approach some of these things, and we'll have good, valuable insights, so we're not bogging down the general community safety symposium with all of this data. So that's the idea behind it. Hopefully my long-winded answer helped explain it. And if any of my peers here have input from either running things in the past or what they're doing already in their communities involving their non-police partners and dealing with this kind of crime, I am all ears. Please approach me anytime.
Thank you for that update, Councillor Gordon. Councillor Fryer.
Just to follow up, Warden, thank you, and thank you, Councillor Gordon, for the clarification on all that. I'm just going to briefly say, because it's something I intend on pursuing in September with our own council. I'm concerned about the decision by the Simcoe County District School Board to remove police officer presence within the community officer presence within the high schools, and some of the ramifications of that. So my intention was to first deal with calling with council and see if they wanted to take anything forward. And I did anticipate anticipate if that was successful, that we'd be approaching county in regards to it as well. So I just wanted to listen to what was happening in Midland. And I'm very interested in that, and then giving some advance notice of some concerns I have about the school board.
Okay, thank you. Councillor McDonald, I think you had a card up earlier.
Thank you, Warden. And just to Councillor Breyer's last remarks, our police service board, which Councillor Norcross chairs, our vice chair, we have a letter going out. It'll be going to county and to all municipalities, strictly to your point about the OPP not being in the schools. So look for that. We're going to be looking for support for that. So thank you. Good morning, colleagues and staff. I'm a proud daughter of a World War II vet and a Korean vet and a peacekeeper. And we're going to be celebrating 75 years of UN peacekeepers tomorrow, August 9th. And we have a big celebration at Peacekeepers Park in Angus. And as I did hear word that we should be having the snowbirds fly over, and there's people from all over coming to it. So I extend a warm welcome to come and honor those that fought and those that keep peace around the globe to make a better world for us. So please come out. There's a ceremony at 9 just outside of the base Borden. They have one there, but it's just a small one before they come to Peacekeepers Park in Angus, which most people are there just after 10 because it will be busy. Okay, so and the ceremony's for 11. So thank you so much.
What date was that again, Sandy?
August 9th, tomorrow.
Oh, okay. Perfect. Tied up in the morning, but I will try and get there at some point. Yes.
Thank you.
And I certainly will support any motion you bring on the policing in schools. I remember when my children were in high school, it was highly appreciated. The students actually loved having the officers there, and it was a great outreach program. So really sorry to see that the school board has decided to move away from that. So, do I have any other announcements? Okay, with that, we will go on to the confirmatory bylaw.
All right.
Brian, Councillor Smith, go ahead.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. A couple of things, if I may. First of all, I want to commend Councillor Gordon on taking on this issue head to head and doing what he's doing within the town of Midland. We all are facing big city issues in our small communities today, and this is one that I think can get out of hand rather quickly if we're not taking it on. And so congrats for doing that, and I look forward to participating. Also, with respect to Councillor Fryer's point and our school issue, there's a report about a week or two ago, I believe, in one of the papers where 25% of our secondary school, our high school students are afraid to go to school or fearful. And about 17 to 18% of our elementary students feel the same way. Yet we don't want, for whatever reason, to have police officers in our schools on a full-time or part-time basis anymore, which just seems rather ludicrous to me. I would think when we're looking at 18 to 25%, we're beyond a concern. We're almost into a crisis point. That's 1 in 4 kids that are afraid or concerned to go to school for whatever reason. So absolutely will support anything to get back to the reality of where we're at today in society and what's required to keep our children safe. And the last thing I'd like to mention is that because we won't be back together before September, our memories of summer celebrations in Wasaga Beach on the 3rd of September, we will be hosting April Wine on the beachfront. And so I'd like to see as many of our colleagues here out. If you want to come and join us, please reach out, let us know, and we'll make sure that we're prepared and ready to host you. It should be a great weekend and a great event. So again, April Wine on September the 3rd. Thank you very much, Your Worship.
Thank you. Is there any other announcements? I'll just look a little hard to tell on the screen. Okay, I'm not seeing any. So I'll go to our confirmatory bylaw with Councillor Norcross.
Thank you, Your Worship. Through you, moved by myself, seconded by Councillor McClellan, that bill number 7024-23 be enacted as a bylaw of the County of Simcoe.
Everybody's heard the motion. All in favor? That is carried. And lastly, I'll look for a mover to adjourn. Moved by Councillor McDonald, second by Councillor Measures. that the August 8th, 2023 meeting of County Council be adjourned at 11:30. All in favor? That is carried, and enjoy the rest of your summer, folks.